Of having your jewelry and money laying around the house, well, why don't you install a wall safe? We're going to show you just how easy that is when we come back. You are looking at a picture of Southfield from our tower cam there, where it looks cloudy and gray, 946, 42 degrees. Welcome back.
You know what's surprising? I'm looking at that picture. It's still pretty green out there. I mean, it's partway through October, and it's still kind of
We haven't had a lot of real cold below, you know, it's been down hovering.
That frost that turns them, yeah.
That can pretty much change the color.
You're going to change that, aren't you?
I'm doing my best, but hopefully I won't be changing it too quickly. No, at least not yet. Thinking about working on an outdoor or an indoor project, this Saturday indoor is probably better because the weather's not going to be all that nice. Well, if you've ever felt uneasy about leaving valuables lying around your house, but you don't know what to do with them, our handyman Dale Cranston shows us how you can install a wall safe and keep your valuables under lock and key.
What we're going to do today is we're going to create a safe place in the house. We're going to install a small wall safe in a closet so we can put our jewelry that's maybe left around, laying around the house, and or cash things to keep them safe and keep them out of people's temptation. The key thing here is basic accessibility to the family. All right, it's not going to be 1,000% burglar proof and everything, but it's going to give us some peace of mind. It's going to put some of our things under lock and key. So we're just going to pick a closet that's going to be fairly accessible and that we can cover over or move clothes over in front, and we're going to find our spot. Okay, this particular safe here, it's not a firebox safe, but it fits in between the studs, so it's about 14 1/2, 14 3/8. So what I need to do is try and locate my studs. So I kind of marked, I think, where the stud is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill, an exploratory hole here with my paddle bit to see if I can find my stud and find out where my location is, because I'm going to have to be drilling at some point in time. Okay, we're going to get our jigsaw out again so we can cut our hole through this. It's going to be right through the plaster thing. Now, we've got our pilot hole. We didn't quite find our stud, but what we'll do is we'll cut across to find our stud with the jigsaw here. Okay, it looks like we found the stud here on this side, and what we've got to do is we're going to go the other direction just to verify that we've got our proper width here. Okay, so I'm going to just run the jigsaw the other way. Okay, now I've traced the back of the safe on here, and we've connected our dots so we know that when we cut this hole through, that it's going to lie roughly in between the studs. Alrighty? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill 4 holes in each. I'm going to drill a hole in each corner, and then I'm simply going to connect the dots with the saw. And then our whole piece is going to be taken out so that we can just slide our safe in. So I'm going to go here and cut these 4 holes. I have gotten out my Sawzall here with the coarse teeth blade because I'm going through this 1/4-inch plywood in the back of the closet and the plaster, and it's really eating up my blades. So now I'm going to connect these dots. Had to move them over a little bit because I was actually hitting it on my stud here, but that's fine. The trim of the safe will cover it. And then we're going to connect our dots right now with the Sawzall blade. Okay, also on this, with the veneer of this plywood here, we've got to cut through the top layer of the veneer. Off of the line a little bit is fine here, so that it doesn't chip it back. That's another secret about veneer. You've got to, when you're working with plywood, to keep it from chipping up like this, like it did earlier. Okay, now we're ready to put our safe in. We've got our hole fixed up. We got it just about the right size. We're just going to slide it up here. It's got a nice little trim around it here that we can just push this baby in here, okay? And on either side, there's a stud there, so we're going to throw a couple screws in there real quick. Okay, these are some special screws, nice thick screws here, and we'll put it in with our screw gun here with a hex tip driver. And they're shorter because we're right up against the studs in there. We'll be able to just screw right into the stud here. Okay, and this makes for a nice flush mount safe. See, it's hard for anybody really to get to. Same with this combination as far as busting it off or something like that. But it's a real nice, easy to get to, safe area.
And if you mess that one up, you can end up with a nice closet window. Well, right now is the perfect time to think about potential ice damage to your home. Scary to think about that. Well, next week we're going to talk about preparing your home for the winter and the cold weather.